When I choose one training for instance, the planning, and then I was going through these questions, and then a lot of new questions came up, and then I thought about these new questions, and then even more questions came up. And in the same time, I felt this urge that I had to write down something, and that brought me a bit in, like, well, big question mark, a big, not really a big help, but like I think the reflection has started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
And
The problem is always the same, organizing documents and elements. For example, now I'm in the middle of planning. I'm putting everything in planning. Maybe later I can understand that something that I put in planning, it's more an implementation and it's a self-reflection. So, but first it's like a box when I put everything, and maybe later I have to split and divide documents and other elements to the 3 different parts. But I don't know if I had to put elements for planning, implementation, and reflecting today, because
not during the activity.
I'm just working on planning for
Okay,
now.
good.
Yeah.
So, if I understood, first thoughts.
I think metaphorically I stood in front of the mirror and I didn't like what I saw, so I had to go to the gym and to actually understand exactly what I need to do. And I think I've done a similar thing. It became very big, almost overwhelming. Where do I start? And I thought the only thing to do is just start somewhere and allow that to develop. I always find that if I start writing, yes, things become clearer.
Okay, so a huge task.
Ouais, moi ça m'a complètement chamboulée. La raison elle est simple, c'est que je n'arrive pas à écrire sur l'ordinateur. C'est un exercice qui m'est impossible pour moi, c'est très complexe. Et c'est pour ça que moi, mon portfolio, il est manuscrit.
Encore là.
Et la deuxième étape sera de le transcrire. Et après, j'ai une 3e étape qui sera de corriger ma structuration telle qu'elle devrait être présentée. Donc là, j'ai quand même une grosse difficulté sur cet exercice que j'ai quand même fait, mais il n'est pas abouti. Parce que pour moi, je n'ai pas été au fond des choses, comme je peux le faire dans un cahier, voilà, où je peux griffonner, faire des accolades, c'est pas pareil, voilà.
Mais elle est un petit peu différente de ce que tu m'avais dit avant.
Oui.
Quelle est la différence?
Alors la différence, c'est parce que la structuration, là, je l'ai décomposée en 3 parties. Par contre, dans ma structuration à moi, je le fais en un bloc. Mais les 3 parties, on les retrouve quand même. Donc après, moi, mon travail sera de reprendre mon portfolio et de voir s'il y a nécessité de distinguer mieux les 3 parties ou si elles peuvent rester fondues en un bloc. Ça, c'est...
Well, I'm going ahead. I'm describing mainly, and I'm sorting out the parts. Even implicitly, I considered, because it's clear to me that many of these parts I'm writing down now weren't part of an explicit reflection or planning, but they came because they were part of the process of organization of what I did. So mainly it's running. I have the doubt that perhaps I will have to be more analytical, but I need a grid on which perhaps implement a little bit the contents afterward. But I would start with the mood to do not write too much, because I don't feel it as effective for me to start to make too much. I want to be punctual.
So in this table,
I have chosen.
Microphone.
Oh, sorry. I have chosen a portfolio of an Italian girl, Pat Loria. Sorry.
it's okay.
Okay. Well, from my experience and knowledge, it is scarce. Well, I have read as if the first part, and there is no her presentation. It is some sort of a mixture. She describes some facts from Italian culture with an idea to use something metaphorically, only doesn't show her personality. And then I wrote, really some ideas for her about her description regarding Eurotrainers level 2. She took the objectives of the course, and she hasn't described the course at all, how she worked in a group, if it went smoothly, the difficulties she faced, her role in a group, and what she gained after completion of Eurotrainers course. So, and it could be more and more comments. Well, it means just give her right recommendations. Well, I would ask her to change her portfolio if it could be possible. No?
So what?
I'm looking at Caroline Evander, who's a Swedish trainer who was in our network for a while. There's an immediate structural problem in that the bit about welcome to my portfolio is hidden, and it's something you said earlier about you have to take the reader in the direction you want rather than let them float about. Well, this was a problem. I was writing that there's no introduction, then I found the introduction. One of the problems looking at a portfolio completely is that you haven't got the context of building it over a period of time in that dynamic way. So I decided to focus on one bit where she's reflecting on a course. I've copied from Paula, I have to admit, of just cutting and pasting it and then just putting comments. My dear friend Paula suggested this, okay? So, you always have to be nice to Sicilians, okay? So, what's missing, and it seems to be very common, is it's as a report, it's a fantastic report. As a portfolio, it's lacking in the depth. For example, just to give you one example, she talks about introducing political ideology, and she suggests an activity where if you could rule the world and you were a socialist, a liberal or a fascist, what would you do? Without considering the potential dangers of saying if I was a fascist, this is what I would do. And then also she talks about people making racist comments and conflict without talking about how it makes her feel and how does she personally react to conflict. And she's very committed anti-racist, Caroline. So how does it make her feel if there's a discussion that develops into a racist argument? And I think that would really help the portfolio. Because superficially it looks really brilliant. I think it's a really good portfolio, but it could be better with a little bit more work.
In portfolio, I have spoken about myself, about my work. It was the easiest. Maybe for other people, it seems hard work to speak about themselves. But I have talked by myself, and like my colleague said, it is a little confusing for me because I didn't know how to structure exactly how to put in a logical order, you know. But I have talked about implementation, planning. I guess they are on their arranged a little bit more. I don't know, how do I explain? Maybe I cannot express myself so good in, but we'll see tomorrow if it's good or not.
Okay. So, if I understood, you felt the need to.
I was quite confused. Didn't know exactly what to expect. But I think it was more confusing. Once this has been put up on the board, it's helped. It's helped a lot. However, the most difficult thing I found is where to start and how to compile everything. There's lots of ideas, but putting it all together in a right structure, yes, yeah, the is a bit difficult. One thing that really helped were the WH questions and the how question. it's really, really helpful because, okay, when, why, what, who, it really, really helps, and it's something that I think tomorrow I'll improve on.
Okay. But you, which portfolio did you work on?
I work on Caroline.
So you work the same as Carl?
As Colin, because he copied.
Collaborate.
She's a grass.
Okay, it was, first of all, I was really surprised because these two portfolios are the first ones, and we work a lot on both of them. And I remember the one of Caroline was very well structured. So now, after the experience of being a coach, I can see it's not at all.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, we thought it was a very well-structured portfolio. So I can see the first consideration is that we all the group, we made a big improvement in these years. So this is the first consideration. And what I did, and I took one of the description that she gave about the training, and I did what I usually do as a coach, which is comments, and a lot of comments. Because there's so many things that she missed in the description. So I'm on the level of the description and the planning right now. So that's what I did. And the way that I usually would speak to my coachees. So nothing really harsh, always very nice and asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I do as a coach. I always ask questions. So why did you decide to do that instead of that? Maybe this is something that you should go deeper in it. And I can see your general aim. What about the pedagogical objectives? Things like that.
Okay.
Donc voilà, moi j'avais amené ici comme document un document, un plan en fait de formation d'une journée entière qui était assez complet, c'est-à-dire qu'en plus du plan, il y avait un peu de théorie ou un petit peu de pratique, de méthodologie. Donc en fait, moi je réponds aux 3 questions en une seule fois, c'est-à-dire que la planification est là. J'essaie de compléter au niveau de la planification et d'un côté je mets les réflexions sur la mise en œuvre et puis un moment réflexion parce que je pense que c'est important, enfin en tout cas dans la manière dont j'avais travaillé au départ la journée, chaque exercice et chaque partie découlaient l'une de l'autre. Alors différencier ça et la réflexion qui découle me semblait compliqué, donc j'ai fait un seul document où je mettrai des couleurs pour ce qui est mis en œuvre et réflexion, en ne laissant pas de côté que j'aurais peut-être une partie réflexion plus générale en fin de document, que je commence déjà parce qu'en fait c'est assez agréable de réfléchir comme ça parce que même moi je me dis tiens, j'avais pas prévu ça dans la formation, ce serait bien que j'y pense pour la prochaine fois. Donc c'est ce genre de réflexion qui seront peut-être dans une partie réflexion générale à la fin du document. Voilà.
And we have another way. What can I prove after choosing a good one or whatever? How can I work this document, this evidence, and make the most of it? Et vous, ça va?
Oui. Oui, ça va. Moi, je suis arrivé ici avec déjà trois actions repérées pour travailler dessus, mais j'étais pas allé plus loin pour le moment. Donc je travaille. Là, voilà, je décris le contexte. Pourquoi j'ai été amené à intervenir sur cette action-là. Parce qu'il y a un contexte bien particulier, c'est pour ça que je le choisis. Ce Ce qui m'interroge là dans ce travail cet après-midi, c'est en fait de distinguer ce qui est mes réflexions. Pourquoi j'ai fait ça, pourquoi je suis intervenu, pourquoi j'ai mis des vétos, pourquoi j'ai mis des prérequis avant, dès la planification. Voilà. Donc du coup j'ai du mal à séparer planification, mise en œuvre et réflexion. J'arrive à faire la séparation entre planification, mise en œuvre, mais pas à sortir mes réflexions, parce que si je me suis investi dans ce dossier-là, c'est parce que justement j'avais beaucoup de choses à dire. Et du coup, ça me réinterroge continuellement. Et c'est un peu une difficulté pour moi de prendre là maintenant le recul nécessaire.
Okay, so before, with the imaginative context, but then after that, all that happens is reflection, because you're doing, thinking, redoing about what you said, so it's another way
C'est ça.